Good afternoon, my friends. My name is Monsieur Belfield, star of Stage Screen in my back bedroom. It appears we have a problem with our Prime Minister. He was in a band, called Anal Glands back in the 70s, and since then he has been a hemorrhoid harasser and has terrible problems with his piles. As you can see from this picture yesterday with the greatest politician in history, it didn't go very well when, unfortunately, it was brought to his attention that these windmills that keep blowing the dinghies towards Dover are, in fact, not so good for the environment and indeed are made in China. He didn't like the fact that Sikdik was exposed, or the fact that, unfortunately, immigration on boats will lead to very bad things happening to indigenous people. I've got a lot to talk about today. My court case has reappeared at the High Court, miraculously, in some corrupt razzle-dazzle. We've got Tommy, who we need context over, and I have a lot to say next here at The Voice of Reason. The only place, though, you'll get me unedited is at alexbelfield.com, because clause 179 that I'm about to explain is enough to make you heave, and it's making my teeth itch and my tits tingle. We are finished, fellow YouTubers.
Guardian readers, ambivalacious types, and champagne sippers, switch off now. Alex Belfield's Voice of Reason.
Before we go any further, do us a favour and press the subscribe button. Like, comment and share, that really helps here. And come to alexbelfield.com, where I don't have to talk in riddles. I can actually slap it on the table and stinking in the plink and plonk and the truth about our Prime Minister that appears to have some kind of problem with his bottom muscles.
Blah, 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 blah.
Good morning, my friends. We're live from Nottingham, where global warming's going very well. I've got my jacket on, the heating's on, and it's minus 6 degrees. I was thinking about going blackberry picking, but I daren't in case I'm accused of being racialist. By the way, the last time I wore this jacket, somebody said he's got a new job at Asda. No, actually, it's Trump Doral in Florida, a place that the mental trolls who've been touched up by their Uncle Dougie with the big boggly eyes will never be able to afford to stay. Anyway, that's not why you called. Uncle Don has been doing his old tricks, and my God, is this man funny. The only man that can put a little Keir Starmer in his place. Stoma is one of those people who is full of cack when it comes to his confidence with people like Kemi Badenochers in the Prime Minister's questions, where he'll happily shout her down. Not so keen to do that with the Don. I've got all the video at alexbelfield.com in this morning's news. I want to put a little bit of caution today regarding Tommy. We can't play it on here, and we certainly can't discuss it. But we don't want another situation like the Manchester airport, do we, where something's taken out of context. I noticed that the newspapers have clipped the point where the man is on the floor. We need to be very, very cautious about seeing video that has been edited with no context. Context is what we try and give at alexbelfield.com in the 39-minute news this morning, where I play over 40 clips of the news. It's so important that we see both sides. I don't get out very much, and this morning I've spent my time reading the finer details of the online harms bill, and 179 gives me grave concern, as it says if you cause any trivial psychological harm to people online, you could either be fined or shoved in prison. Now, what does that mean? For somebody like me, who is a satirist and comedian, allegedly, who tries to be funny, when I say Kemi Badenochers, for example, or Keir Carr's Stoma, could they say that that's caused them psychological harm? We'll talk about it at alexbelfield.com. Best not do it here, because I don't want to offend. There is so much going on in the news at the moment, you could shake a stick at it. There is no end until you get to the end. And quite frankly, we can talk about it till the cows come home, but we just end up with a house full of cows. The only place we can have an honest debate now is actually at places like alexbelfield.com, where I have a paywall that protects me from this online bill, in a sense that if you're stupid enough, like one of my victims, to sign up twice, it's your own fault. I can't be responsible for you being offended if you come into my party, into my house. On here, they can shut us down like that, and they are doing to many people. But the notion 179, which is hidden right at the back of this epistle, says that if somebody claims that you've caused them psychological harm based on no evidence whatsoever, which sounds very familiar to my clown court case, where people said they didn't fear me, they feared what you might do, not me, you, because of my influence. And we talk about influence. My God, what a hero yesterday talking about the windmills. hysterical. What he said about Sadiq, we've been saying for months and years. This guy is tyrannical in his crusade to destroy our capital. So we've got a lot going on today, and we better do it at alexbelfield.com. A 39-minute news this morning. And if you want to hear me ranting and raving live, you can come and see me on tour. We start on August the 9th in Nottingham. We go to Gloucester and Stratford. We go all over Kent. We've got a big dinner party in Nottingham. You can join us and find out all of the information by going to alexbelfield.com. I just think now more than ever we need to stick together because they're coming for us. And what we're seeing with Tommy this morning is very concerning because it gives them the bullet in the gun, the proverbial bullet in the gun. And he doesn't need that right now because he's got enough going on with the courts as of high. Oh, by the way, massive news with the High Court that threw out something on Friday that now has been... We should discuss at alexbelfield.com, not here. You can decide. This is the home of free speech. We've got no BS. We are PC free and Ofcom free. It's alexbelfield.com news. 39 minutes this morning. Let's talk. Come on, we've got a lot to get through. The phone-in's back tomorrow at 9 at alexbelfield.com. Have a wonderful day. 179. Just remember, trivial psychological harm. What the does that mean?
Don't trust the mainstream media. They'll make your teeth itch. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.